It is time for the next unboxing of the JDM subscription bento box. This is the official September box, a one-of-a-kind. If you guys are subscribers, this is your warning. We're going to open everything up and show you what to do with this stuff. If you're not a subscriber, there's some really good information, and we're going to geek out on some cool tackles. So if you'd like to join along, let's have some fun. Ready? Go. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle.
What a stud.
Yeah. Look at that.
That was sick.
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. All right, guys, some breaking news. What's new this week at the Hookup Tackle?
What a beautiful coastline fish.
Look at that.
Look at that gut on that. That's a nice fish.
Welcome back, my friends. I'm Ben with the Hookup Tackle, Tackle Otaku on Instagram. Normally joined during these JDM bento box unopenings by my buddy CJ, but sadly he was replaced with my other friend, Jeff.
I know. I got some big shoes to fill or whatever.
I don't know about that. He has kind of tiny feet. You know what they say about guys with tiny feet?
They're Mormon.
Sure. Interesting spin of events right out of the gate, Jeff. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy it's you. Let's just talk about tackle. Forget anything that Jeff says. Here we go. The monthly JDM subscription box. You good, Jeff?
No.
You're killing yourself. You really thought that was funny. Just calm down. Okay, just relax.
Right.
Okay, this is our monthly subscription box. This is an amazing one. As you guys know, it's basically a $100 box of tackle for $100. I go through and pick some really cool things to put in here. And each box, the star of the show, is a special 110 and Pop Max that we have Megabass run for you guys. And this is a nice one. So here we go. Let's unbox, shall we?
Paper?
Paper.
Holy smokes, dude.
Relax. I knew it was going to get there.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to start with a couple of soft baits, okay? So this month, the first item in here is the amazing HP Fish from OSP. Now, this is one of the newer soft bait releases that OSP has done, and I wanted to make sure that everybody at least gets a chance to try this, because I think once you use this, you're going to be surprised. Now, OSP has a lot of baits that are just staples for us, especially in the soft bait world. You know, we talk about like the OSP Dual-Eyed Beaver, the OSP Dual-Eyed Stick all the time. They're just baits that we use constantly. This is another one of those baits that's turning into that. Now, the HP Fish, as you can see, is basically what looks to be a pretty basic shad-shaped head here. It's got a semi-segment in the middle, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. Then it has this big kind of wedge tail, almost like a Huddleston style type design, a little bit different design on there, and then it has a stabilizer fin on the bottom. Now, what is this bait designed to do? Anything in the HP world is basically designed to kind of have the perfect action right out of the box. Doesn't really need you to incorporate anything. It just needs you to fish it, right? So that's going to go for, you know, HP bug, HP shadtail, anything throughout that OSP line. So the HP Fish is going to be right in that category. It's 3.7 inches. Okay, and you can do so many different things with this bait. You can rig it weightless, you can put a jig head on it. I'm going to show you some of my favorite riggings, but the amazing thing about this bait is as it comes in, it has this kind of hard, thumpy tail to it, right? So at a real slow retrieve, it's going to be a very minimal movement, but it's there and it's thumping hard but not wide. The faster you go, the further this is going to kick. So it's going to create harder and stronger and quicker vibrations, and you can go any speed with this guy. So you can fish it incredibly slow, you can burn it. A lot of guys out here especially this time of the year, we throw a lot of things like skinny dippers. We're burning soft plastic swim baits in. This is a bait that can be fished the same way, but give a different vibration, a different size, a different movement. It's an amazing bait behind a chatterbait. So, we're always looking to explore different, chatterbait and vibe jig type trailers. This is an amazing one. It fishes great on a jig head, a swim jig trailer. So let's talk about riggings really quick and go through it. So the traditional rigging would be to fish it just very weightless, okay? I don't know why I said very weightless. Even more weightless than weightless, very weightless. Forget I said that. To fish it weightless, okay? So a 3/0 or a 4/0 hook is perfect for this. I like the 4/0. You can do something like this Infini hook, or whatever hook you guys like to use. But if you fish it this way, it's a pretty heavily salted bait, like most of OSP baits, so it's going to have plenty of weight to where you can cast it. It has two little markings right at the nose to kind of tell you where to pop out based on the hook, and you're just going to rig it the same way you would rig any Texas rig bait. There's also markings on the top of the bait where the hook point is going to pop out, so you can line it up perfectly there, and then once it's out, you just kind of pinch it so it's kind of exposed, and there you go. And fished like this, it's going to have a horizontal shimmy fall like a Senko. So as it falls, it's going to have a kind of shimmy like this, and then just a very slow retrieve will give you a super natural look. So if you guys are fishing really shallow water, if you're fishing over grass, if you're fishing from a shore, maybe in a pond or something like that, and you need to control the depth and you don't want something that's going to sink down very quick, then this is the basic, standard, easiest way to go. If you want it to go a little deeper, of course you could add a little, like a bullet weight. You can fish it on a free rig like this as well. It does make a great free rig bait, so as the free rig weight pulls it down, it's going to have a downward swim, and then when the weight hits the bottom, it will kind of turn and have a horizontal shimmy similar to something like a doe live beaver. Okay, so you can rig it like this. Of course, you can put a jig head on it. You can use something like a 4/0 range roller, or something like that. You can stroll it, you can fish it like that. But I also love it as a jig trailer or a chatterbait trailer. I'm just going to rig it up for you. In Japan, they are throwing it behind a swim jig probably more than anything. It's how I see it. I see Jeff shaking his head. You've been following a lot of guys using this. So a lot of the OSP pro staff based on BWA have been absolutely crushing with this. So this is an OSP Weed Rider, which is the jig that most of those guys are using. Of course, whatever swim jig you guys like is great. I like the Weed Rider because it's got a longer shank hook and it's available in heavier sizes. So for us out here, we don't fish as much shallow water with our swim jigs. We fish a little bit deeper water where we can fish it over structures, deeper weed lines, off ledges, over, we have these like cages, right? So, that's a perfect trailer on the back of that thing. And again, you have just a little bit of kickback there, but now you have this like perfect kind of fish shape to it. And, on the back of a grass piece or a chatterbait also works incredibly well that way also. So there you go. HP Fish, super versatile bait. You're going to catch a ton of fish on it. Enjoy. That is bait number 1. All right, bait number 2 comes from our friends at Raid. This is I was going to say the hottest, the best selling strolling bait of the year for us. Really, probably because we just haven't had the volume of Sakamata shads. If we had equal numbers Sakamata shads and fish rollers, we'd probably sell about even, okay? So this is the 4-inch fish roller from Raid in our custom color Game Over. So this is a color that we make specific here for the shop. It is in the fish skin pattern, which just lets it have a more lifelike look. Now, the 4-inch fish roller is designed to be a rolling bait, thus the name roller, right? So what that means is it's designed as a strolling bait. So, where the Sakamata shad works great, obviously, everybody in the world wants to use it. It wasn't built for strolling. It was built to be kind of like a heavier, more dense kind of soft plastic jerk bait, swim bait kind of hybrid with the wings, right? Just turns into being a great strolling bait. The fish roller, on the other hand, built to be a strolling bait, whether you're mid-strolling or hover strolling. So the 4-inch size is like the perfect all-around size because it's got a hollow body, okay? So it adapts very well to, say, something like a hover shot. You can rig it with a hover shot hook. It has a solid head, so it will take a nail weight really good. It also has a solid belly. But most guys are rigging it as a mid-stroll. You could use a 1/0 hook with this, and it has an amazing side-to-side movement. So this bait is literally going to kick side-to-side so effortlessly as long as you have the right cadence in your retrieve and a soft enough rod tip to just let that bait bounce back and forth. Now, if you don't like strolling, if it's not your thing, the 4-inch also makes an amazing trailer for smaller chatterbaits, a jig trailer. I was showing it rigged on the grass piece. It's a great one for the grass piece, but it's also a great size to drop shot. You can rig it on a weightless hook. You can do a size 1 or 1/0 depending on the hook. You might even have to go down to a 2 depending on the hook. You can fish it as a free rig. You can fish it as a soft plastic jerk bait, like a finesse fluke style bait. So lots of versatility with these things. Tons of stuff you can do, and the game over color is just a necessary color. It's basically kind of an albino pearl shad. It's like a pearl with some reddish violet hue, some nice markings, and then when you hold it up to the light, it kind of gets transparent and turns into like a minty green. Very, very cool bait. Again, you guys will catch a ton of fish on it, so there you go. Bait number 2 this month. All right, let's jump into some hard baits. So we've had a lot of hard baits coming to market that I've been really excited about, and I want to make sure I get some of these into your hands. So we're going to start with the top order bait from our friends at Teckel. This is the brand new Kickocker Pup Spec 2. Now, colors are going to be across the board on this. We're doing a variation, a variety of all the colors, so depending on which box you get, you guys might get threadfin shad or bone or chrome or clear ice. But the Spec 2, and the reason I chose to do the Pup Spec 2 is this is a great size for all of you guys. If you're fishing a lake, this is a bait that you're going to want to add to your arsenal. If you're shore banging, if you're fishing smaller waters, this is a small enough bait that'll be perfect for your arsenal. If you guys are saltwater fishing, it's ready to go. It has corrosion resistant split rings and hooks already on it. So literally just opening it out of the package, you're good to go. Now the Spec 2, what makes it different is it has 2 tungsten balls back here instead of 1. And the difference that does, it gives you just a touch more weight for castability, so it'll throw into the wind a little bit better, but it helps keel this bait where the traditional Spec 1 would sit something like this in the water. This is going to sit more down like this in the water. And what that does is as that bait moves, that back end is sinking down more, right? So you twitch it and it moves to the side, and that back end kind of stays down low. So it gives you the ability to fish it through more chop, bigger waves. If it's a windy day, it will stay keeled and be able to walk through that. It also gives you the ability to skip it up under docks. This is something that guys don't do a lot with topwater baits, but this is something that I've done a bunch with Hideki, specifically in saltwater. We will skip these docks for these, sea brim, but you guys can do the same thing wherever you are for bass. Skip it under docks, and it will kind of sit low, and you can walk it and get a couple walks and then pause it and let it sink down low. So you can kind of fish it as almost like a popper walking hybrid if you wanted to. You can slow it down and it will stay in that zone and not just kind of drift out or drift away. It's a very, very cool bait. Of course, like all Teckels, it's made out of Hideki's proprietary material. So it's just got that amazing sound, that amazing fish calling sound up to them. I think you'll catch a ton of fish on it. And there you go. So perfect timing for this time of the year. So there you go. The Teckel Kickocker Pup Spec 2, that is bait number 3. Okay, bait number 4 is a crankbait. Okay, so this time of the year, as we get out of summer and into fall, there's so many different possibilities that can be transitional baits. But one of my favorite transitional baits is I'm going to say a deep crank, but really more of a mid to deep crank. And I can't think of a better crankbait in the world than this one right here. This is the OSP Blitz Max DR. We are doing a Bento box exclusive ghost crawl color just for you guys. Okay, so this crankbait, just to spec it out for you, 61 millimeters, 18 grams. This is, if I had one crankbait to rule the world with, it would be the OSP Blitz Max DR. Okay, it's just such an easy bait to cast, such an easy bait to retrieve. It's a great bait for fishing anywhere from 8 to say 15, 16 feet of water, which almost everybody in the world has at that depth. Ghost craw is a very natural, transparent green, pumpkin, brown type color. It has a little bit of crawl markings on the side and kind of some of that almost scale-ish type effect. And then as you get down to the bottom, you have a touch of orange on the front, a touch of red on the back. Basically incorporates all the colors of crawdads most places in the world for most of the year. So, you know, obviously when we start getting into that fall transition, it really is about bait, which is why I put 3 bait fish heavy baits before this. But you know, they also love to feed up on craws as we get more into fall and closer to winter. They're much easier to chase down as their metabolism slows down. Crawdads just like the perfect food. Plus, a lot of you guys live in places where bait migration just isn't a thing. You might be in a pond, you might be in a river system. We have systems out here where there is shad, but the fish just, they target crawdads, right? That's their thing. Crawdads, bluegills, that kind of stuff. So this will be a perfect bait for a lot of you guys. And this is the only place in the world to get it, is inside of this bento box. So enjoy it, fish it. I'm excited to see what you guys can do on it. But there you go, the exclusive Ghost Craw and the OSP Blitz Max DR. And that brings us to the star of the show, Jeff. The special run color of Megabass, Etovision 110, and Pop Max.
Matt Chad.
This is, relax, okay? Thank you for being here, by the way. You've been so useful in your comments.
I'm just listening to greatness break down these amazing lures in this amazing bento box.
Yes, okay, thank you. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Okay, here we go. A super sick color that I took from their saltwater line, first time ever into the 110 and Pop Max. Now, this is a badass one. Are you ready? You haven't seen it, so here we go. Ready?
Okay. What is this? Oh my goodness.
How sexy
What am
is
I looking
that?
at?
What do you mean? You're looking at greatness,
Oh my
Jeff.
goodness.
How sexy. Shell Skin Crystal is the color
Wow.
this month. Okay, so let's take it out of the box. It looks even better in person. This is a beautiful white base, almost like a bone white transparent base that has an abalone shell skin coating. Okay, that's going to give you all that amazing kind of reflective, scale-ish style patterns to it. You're going to get the blue head. You're going to get that little touch of red on the underside, and just an amazing all-around great bait fish pattern. Let's take it out in the Pop Max as well so we can enjoy that as well. All right, and here is a look at it in the Pop Max as well. We are split 50-50 here. A lot of the guys think the Pop Max looks better than the 110. I think the 110 looks better than the Pop Max. I think they both look disgusting, right? So it came out so good. No matter where you are, when you guys see this thing behind the light, in the light, it's just a really beautiful, super dope color. Very unique to the lineup. So it should be super timely. Again, getting to the seasonality of the year. It's all about bait fish. This should be great no matter what water you guys are in. Now, there you go. You can have that Pop Max, Jeff, and I'll keep this 110. So there you go. Shell Skin Crystal, first time ever. There you go. Enjoy. All right, guys, and that is a wrap for this month's September edition of the JDM subscription bento box. If you guys are subscribers, thank you very much for your business. Thank you very much for your support. I love putting these together, so I hope you love this box as much as I loved the opportunity and chance to put it together for you. If you're not subscribers, we do hold some extra boxes each month just to make sure that delivery goes well, everybody gets their boxes. Plus, as people fall off through the course of the year, we don't open up subscriptions through the course of the year. We just add them to our leftover boxes that we do release during our What's New videos once a month, which will probably be this upcoming week. So if it speaks to you, if you want to grab one, you can snatch one of those up, hopefully. Or if you got one and you want an extra, that gives you a chance as well. So if you guys have any questions on anything we covered, drop it down below. We'll get answers for you. And until next time, until next month, thank you guys for your business. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching our videos, and we will see you soon. Enjoy the box. Go catch some fish. Remember to tag me in it. I'd love to see the fun that you guys are having. Peace. See you next month. Bye.